Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys had a good football weekend. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make NBA DFS content. All these videos, they get posted over to a subreddit. I'll have that link down below. And if you're looking for more in-depth content, I'll have my Discord link down below. And if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can get a hold of me on Twitter. So I'll have that down below as well. Alright, we can go over my lineups from yesterday. I didn't even realize I had OBS open. I had my eyes closed there. Uh, yeah. Trying to think. Oh, I got the whole fire and ice here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, cashed both my lineups. Jamie was a huge part of that. Took a shot on Low and Kuminga in this one. Didn't work out. Miami all busted. Pat Spencer only 28% ownership. He was a core play for me. Didn't understand that ownership at all. So Jamie and Pat Spencer were the guys that carried me to the cash in my lineups yesterday. Luckily, because there was just bad stuff around it, especially in this one. This one was a little bit better. Jamie, Pat Spencer, as you can see, Jalen Johnson, Kevin Porter Jr. in both lineups, Clint Capella in this one, that helped. I think it was 75% owned. And the rest busted. Anthony Edwards, I don't know what's going on with him. I really don't. I didn't get to watch that Clippers game. I think they were doubling. One of my friends told me they were kind of doubling him, sending traps and stuff like that. So maybe that was part of it. He only shot the ball like 6 times, 11 times, 6 games the game prior against the Pelicans. So I do not know what's going on with him. I believe he got doubled both times. Pretty sure he did. All right, we have only a 3-game slate here. We're gonna have a pretty light week coming up this week due to the NBA Cup coming up. So the schedule is going to be a little bit spread out. It's going to be a very easy week. Take it easy, enjoy the little break, enjoy the cup games, and we'll be back to full schedule, I believe, on Saturday, the weekend, or Monday. As you can see, 3 games tomorrow, 2 games Tuesday, 2 games Wednesday. Thursday we got a 4-game slate. That's cool. Okay, so we're back to schedule on Friday. I guess Thursday. And then the Cup Saturday, back to schedule on Sunday. Monday, December 15th. Then I guess that's the Cup game there. So odd scheduling for the Cup. I feel like they could have done scheduling a lot better for the Cup, personally. I don't like the Cup just for DFS, but for like basketball, I think it's pretty good. But yeah. Alrighty, guys, let's go over the slate. We got Sacramento, Indiana here. Okay spot here going up against the Pacers here for Sacramento. Dennis Schroeder is going to be questionable. He's been questionable the past couple games and hasn't played. I would assume he's going to be out for this one. And Keegan Murray popped up on the injury report today, so he could possibly be out for tomorrow. So if they're both out once again, we got Maxime Reynaud in the starting lineup last game, so that was fun. He had a good game in the starting lineup. The guy that's going to get the bump the most if Keegan Murray's out, I wonder who they go with here in the starting lineup. Precious Achiuwa and Clifford would be the two main guys getting the bump. Whoever gets the start would be a good value. Precious Achiuwa, a much better point per minute guy between the two. And then Malik Monk is the one who got benched last game. Russell Westbrook got extended, so yeah, it's pretty rough sledding with those two. Like if you take a look at here, Russell Westbrook, a little bit of overlap with Malik Monk, no overlap in the second quarter. Malik Monk barely subs in, like barely any overlap between the two. So I wouldn't be playing Russell Westbrook or Malik Monk together in your lineups. I would take a stand on who you think is going to play a bit more. It's hard to gauge. I think if I knew Russell Westbrook got like around 30 minutes at this price point, I'd say he's a pretty good tournament play, and GPP is just strictly a tournament play for me. If Schroeder's out and Keegan Murray's out, I think they'd have to overlap a bit more, and I think they'd be a little bit safer. So just keep an eye on that. But like Malik Monk, I think is a good point per dollar play, but if Keegan's in, just be a little bit careful. They're not overlapping much. If Keegan and Schroeder are out, I think they'll probably overlap a little bit more, which makes them more in play. Both good point per dollar plays to me. The guys I really like here, once again, are going to be Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. I think both are just too cheap. I mean, they've been in, they were in a tough matchup here up against Utah. They were in an easy matchup here up against, sorry, did I say? I meant Houston. They were in an easy matchup here up against Utah. They lost that one. Tough matchup in Minnesota. What else? Tougher spot against Denver. Like Memphis is tough in some spots, easier in some others. OKC. The Spurs have been tougher this year. Minnesota. So they've had some tough spots the last couple weeks. Now they're getting into part of their schedule. I haven't looked at their games coming up, but back-to-back games where I think the spot's fine for them. I think the price points are just too cheaper. I think everyone's going to flock to Zach LaVine after the last game. If that's the case, I would just rather go to DeMar DeRozan. But I think both are good. I like both quite a bit. And I think this game definitely makes a ton of sense in tournaments, especially if people aren't going to be playing it. So I do like this game. I like the top three guys. Depends on ownership who I want to play. We talked about Malik Monk. And then, yeah, I would expect Reynaud to continue to start and probably play mid-20s minutes. He is also not a terrible point per minute guy at $5,000. I think he makes for a good tournament play. I don't think he's going to be chalk tomorrow, but we'll have to see on that. But I do like him. If he's giga chalk, I don't think he's a must. And yeah, keep an eye on the Keegan news. If he is out, then the bumps will be Precious Achua, Clifford. We'll keep an eye on who starts. Precious, the much better point per minute guy between the two. And if Keegan's in, I'm not going to get to like Precious Clifford. I have interest in Keegan at 7.2K. Downgrade Zach LaVine DeMar, but still good plays to me, assuming Schroeder's out, by the way. And then if we get Dennis in, I'm not going to play Monk. I think Dennis you could play. Makes just everything downgraded here. All right, let's move on to the Pacers. Nesmith, Quentin Jackson, Ben Shepherd going to remain out here. I think T.J. McConnell's still hurt. I don't know what's going on. We played Ethan Thompson 31 minutes last game. I really don't know what to say, but I think he's still hurt, to be honest. There's no excuse not to be playing T.J. McConnell off the bench. 20 to 22 minutes a game right now, obviously with no Halliburton, so I don't know. That's the only explanation. You can see here, like Ethan Thompson just played a boatload of minutes. Jarace Walker came off the bench. They started Garrison Matthews, but he's a spot start. I wouldn't be playing him. Jay Huff, he'll play around 25 to 30 minutes. Siakam picked up 2 quick fouls, still played 31 minutes. Probably would have got to mid-30s there. I'm not going to... I don't guarantee they're going to go with the same rotation here, but let's say in a scenario where we do get this similar rotation here. First off, I like the spot for Jay Huff. I think this is a really good Jay Huff spot. I think he's interesting in tournaments. I wish he was a little bit cheaper, but I think he's interesting. I really like the top guys here in Benedict Mather and Pascal Siakam. I think Mathern's probably a little bit easier to get to. Nembhard as well. Nembhard probably might be the most optimal between the three, just due to the price point, but I really like all three. If I had to rank them, I might go Siakam, Mather, and Nembhard, but I think the field will probably be Nembhard, Mather, and Siakam, potentially. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's my ranking. We talked about Huff. T.J. McConnell, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. He has to be hurt. And then, yeah, if you think Ethan Thompson gets anywhere close to, like what are we doing? If you think he gets anywhere close to these minutes, he is not a terrible point per minute guy either. He is, of course, in play. Isaiah Jackson, I believe, had a solid game. Maybe that was a couple games ago. Yeah, that was up against Chicago. I'm not going to go there. He's playable, though, at $4,000. Jarace barely played last game. Got one shift in the first quarter, just didn't come back. Weird stuff going on. I'm not going to play Garrison Matthews if he starts. I would say if Garrison Matthews starts, it's a good sign that they're doing the similar rotation that they did last game. Wild stuff, by the way. All right, moving on to the Phoenix Suns. Tough spot going up against Minnesota. No Devin Booker. But we know where this offense is going to flow through. We know it's going to be Grayson. We know it's going to be Brooks. And we know it's going to be Colin Gillespie. Royce O'Neal, more of a facilitator, statute stuffer. He'll be out there, but not be high usage. And then Mark Williams, not going to be high usage at all. I also think Devin Booker being out kind of hurts Mark Williams as well. But they might need his size here going up against Minnesota. He's playable. I think Dylan Brooks is just too cheap. Way, way too cheap with the volume that he has right now. I really like him. Minnesota hasn't been as tough defensively this year. I think he has the better spot to Grayson Allen, but I really like Dylan Brooks. It's just too cheap. Grayson's playable at 6'5". I prefer Brooks. And then Gillespie I think is good as well. He's a massive ceiling statute stuffer. I think Brooks is my favorite, though. We talked about Mark. Maybe let me need his size up against Gobert here. And then Royce O'Neal, yeah, pretty safe floor. When he's hitting shots, that's when he kind of has a ceiling. 5.7K is like fine. Good one to get a bump. Same with Dunn, but I think we'll just have better value. All right, let's move on to Minnesota here. So, yeah, like I was saying with Ant, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. But good bounce back spot here. 9.5K price point. We don't have a ton of spend ups on this slate to pay up for. Also, don't have a ton of value. So, like, I think that mid range type build looks good, but probably will be low owned for a 3-game slate. So, I'm into him. Joyce Randle has been incredible this year. Floating with close to double doubles and triple doubles. Like, a ton this season, like 17, 10, 5, 32, 10, 6, triple double here, triple double here, just absurd from him. And the good thing with him is, if for some reason the game is not competitive, he'll get a fourth quarter rotation regardless. So he might be a little bit safer, but I prefer Ant. Nas at 6'1", continues to smash every single game. If he's chalk tomorrow, I would be underweight to that. I feel like he's appropriately priced for that. There's a really good Rudy Gobert spot. You guys know I always like Rudy Gobert, and he absolutely kills me. But I have interest. Really good spot for him. McDaniels had a really good game last game. More of a safe play if you need like a filler play at like 5.9K. I don't mind that. And Dante is like, meh, it's like fine. No value, fine. I don't want to play him at chalk though. Yeah, alright, that's gonna do it for Minnesota. We got probably one of the better games of the night. Well, there's only 3 games, but this game I think you're gonna need interest in. No Wemby. Castle is what was he? Questionable for tomorrow. Luke Cornett is also questionable for tomorrow. So I think I would assume we get a similar situation here. Maybe Cornett comes back. We'll go over it both ways, though. So if we get the same situation to last game, I think you're going to need to load up on these Spurs in one of the best matchups for them. Finally, Vassell hit. I absolutely loved him last night. I'm pissed I didn't get to him, but I would love De'Aaron Fox. I would love Devin Vassell. Champagny got some backup 5 run. Olynyk was basically a DMP. He played like 5 minutes. Jeremy Sochan would be one of my favorite values on the board at 4.1K. Dylan Harper I'd be into. He'd be a really good value to me at 4.8K. I don't even mind Harrison Barnes at 5,000. Keldon Johnson I really like for value. Like I said, Champagny's playable. He even got some backup 5 run last game. Whenever Keldon, love Vassell, love De'Aaron Fox, love Jeremy Sochan. Bismack Biyombo, if you want to play him, it's fine. He barely played though. Played like 10 minutes. And I think that's it. But I would love it. Definitely would be probably my favorite team to target on the entire slate. If we get Luke Cornett in and Castle out, I still have interest in Sochan. Would still like Sochan at 4-1. I still like Harper for value. I still love Fox. Still really like Vassell. Still really like Keldon. Downgrade Champagny, downgrade Barnes. And then obviously if we get Castle back and there's no limitations, I still think you can take shots on like Devin Vassell. The rest, I still think Keldon at 5-2 would be solid. Harper mid. Sochan playable. Fox would still be really good to me. And I think that's it. I don't think I missed anyone. But yeah, keep an eye on it. Then we get to the Pelicans. Zion Williamson, Jordan Poole going to remain out. Herb Jones upgraded questionable. He could be back. I believe he's missed 8 games. Assuming he is out once again here, we do have Missy back and we do have Carlo Makovic back. So Derek Queen's minutes are a little bit riskier, but he still has upside to play low 30s, I would say. Really good point per minute guys, so still interested there in tournaments, just more of a GPP only play. Trey Murphy's been incredible the last 3 games. This is the type of ceiling he has. I think if you're playing any Spurs, could make sense to do like a mini game stack here. I don't love Sadiq Bey at this price point. I think he's going to be somewhat popular tomorrow, so another play I'll probably be underweight to at ownership. Fears at 6.1K. Oh boy, I feel like he just gets there and blow out every single time. I think he's getting to the price point to where I think he should be personally, but he is playable. I think I prefer like Devin Vassell at the same price point, right? Alvarado is a fine value. I think that's it. I believe one of the wings had a really big game. It was McGowan's, but I'm not chasing that. Hell nah. Missy at 4.2K if no other value opens up, I think is decent too as well. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do it for the slate. I hope you guys had a great NFL weekend, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.